I thought he was gonna like end his live stream permanently. But if y'all want to harass him, he comes on really early in the morning now. Oops, did I say that? Oh, I can't. Was that me being a bully, y'all?
Yeah.
I can't be a bully and a victim.
You're a bully.
Not me bullying Drew, baby. After I sent him lines of these for Easter. Ooh.
Messy.
Knowing damn well he can't even eat those things. So
not too much on this lima bean issue.
No, I shouldn't make fun of his lima bean deficiency. It's not his fault. Well, I don't know if it's his fault or not. He is a liar. There's receipts of him like telling people to kill themselves and shit, and then he's on there like, I don't tell people to do that. Scandalous. I only said that because he pissed me off. Bitch, shut up. You're not even gangster enough to say shit like that. You're white trailer park trash and a conservatorship because you're dumb. And did I even say the state? I didn't say the state. You know what? Fuck that bitch. He doxed me too. And Milwaukee. I mean, not Milwaukee. Wisconsin. Ooh. Like, how are you gonna be in a trailer park in Wisconsin and act like they're hot shit with no teeth? Not you, Scooter. Bitch.
Calling them names and being nasty, and then when they get nasty back, you're acting like you're the victim. That's not what this is. You keep going boxes calling people names and acting a fool. If people are talking shit about you in a live, guess what you do? You move on. You talk shit about me for how long after that last situation? You know what I did? I giggled about it because, girl, why are you still talking about me? And then eventually you started coming in rumor stream again, and I was like, whatever. That's that. Truly, the tea spilled. Piping hot.
The tea is spilled.
People are talking about you. How do you know people are talking about you if you're not going in and lurking? People are sending you videos? Are people sending you videos of people talking about you?
If I have people coming at me and teasing me and making fun of me and and dragging me down and making my whole confidence level go down, girl, which will happen. But you guys,
why do you care so much about what people think of you?
Huh?
Why do you care so much about what people think of you?
I don't care. But when people get made fun of for so long, piranha, they hit a breaking.
I was fat in high school. I was fat in middle school. I was fat in elementary school. I was fat in fucking kindergarten. I was made fun of my whole life. And guess what I did? Kept pushing through. I read a bitch for filth and moved on. Read a bitch for filth and moved on like I'm doing right now.
Yeah, and some people can do that faster than others.
Then find your coping mechanism, girl, because once again, coming online and acting like a damn fool every time somebody says about you isn't good for your own mental health.
I just wish you would say the same thing to other people, too.
Girl, I'm not other people's parents. Other people aren't coming for me. You came for me, once again.
We're not here to fucking regulate people. Like,
I'm
here to regulate what is being said about myself. And you clearly have a lot to say all the time. So, and because you just said multiple times with an S at the end. Keep my name out your mouth. You're an adult. Act like it.
Why would you keep your name out of your mouth in your situations?
What?
I'm not the one that resurfaced all that. That's the thing. I'm really not.
And I will have a conversation with Scott at a later date, but I'm having a conversation with you now. And if somebody is saying something incorrect about a situation that happened that you were involved in, you correct the situation, do you not?
Yeah, you do.
Correct what they said, but you did not.
It was Scott. I did when he mentioned you guys like that. Yeah, I did.
You were saying the same thing that you did before that made us fight the fucking. That made us dislike the first time.
In my mind, I wasn't here. He had me to the point of where I had no thinking space. It's just gonna come out.
You were still trying to pin it out though, like whatever you and Scott were talking about, like that. Me and Piranha still had done something to get you to be like that. It was an excuse.
It wasn't an excuse, girl.
That wasn't true. Stop telling people that me and Piranha did that.
Literally, girl, because I'm over it. Like, grow up.
This one time that your friend brought that up, right? This one time out of a whole fucking year, and because he wanted to keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and to the point of me pissed off with no fucks given, not even the double thought.
I wish that wasn't working.
Let me keep saying, I probably could have had that double thought.
Because I want to know in what context it was mentioned. Was it mentioned in order to bring up a pattern of repeating behavior, or was it mentioned for another reason? Because I don't get why Scott would mention it if it wasn't to bring up a pattern of repeating behavior. Because I brought that up weeks ago when you were acting like this.
I'm trying to say what he was trying to do. He was trying to get me to reflect, right? Scott, I don't
mute him temporarily.
That is the context of it. It's a pattern of repeat behavior. I brought up that she has a pattern of going into people's lives, creating drama, or creating drama out of nowhere, blowing things up, talking mad shit in her own stream about the two of you, and I use that as an example.
Work. Okay.
That was a year ago.
As I thought.
Right. But
once again,
that's what I'm saying. Scott was trying to get me to reflect some things. I knew what he was trying to do.
You just tried to make it act like Scott was bringing it up to try to act like something else, like it was something else.
Say, I've moved on from that with Rumor and Piranha. End of story. Nothing else needed to be said. You were the one that's kept running your mouth about it and called both of them whores.
I called me a whore again recently.
I think that's the last thing that I couldn't remember exactly, so I didn't say that. But I was like, I'm pretty sure you actually called us like saying, "Oh, I'm fucking whores trying to take other people's man." That's what I had come into. So you have to realize, for me, I'm like, really? That's what you're telling people? Again, a whore?
I never liked it.
I'm not sucking your dick, so don't worry about whose dicks are in my mouth, bitch.
That's the only time that got brought up. But I take my responsibility, and what I said back, yes. Because I was pissed off. I was irritated. Like, why the fuck you gotta use that as a reflection, Scott? When you yourself suffer from the same areas, right? That's my personal view with you, bitch. You like to sit there and preach down somebody else's throat, right? But yet you're doing the same action. Go check those YouTube comments. Because the same shit that you're talking to me about is the same shit that you're fucking
commenting on 3 different accounts.
Not your not
coming out one,
the difference between you and me, Drey, is I have put a lot of work into myself over the past 10, 15 years to get myself where I am. You do not participate in your own recovery. That is the bigger problem. You just sit there and wallow in it and then cry when somebody brings it up to you.
Near to you, Scott.
You use it as an excuse and a get out of jail free card to be like, oh, I can
you like to call me a fucking drama,
and then you're bipolar. You can't say that to me. We can call a bitch out if a bitch is acting out of turn. And none of us are afraid to do that. You say you're not afraid of anybody, neither are we.
I'm gladly call you out really quick. Is that you or not?
I have a question.
Yes, that is me.
That's you? Okay, cool. So, do you remember what I said?
And just to clarify something else, I don't leech off
the recap show for Growler 2.1. Growler 2.1 is a recap. We're not recapping the recap. Move on. Old news.
These girls have already seen all of that.
You did? Okay, so I just want to let you know, you can't see my point that I was making in some of those comments, right? And reflect some of those points. What makes you think that I'm going to take anything you have to say? If you yourself is just as guilty.
I did not say anything incorrect in those.
Nothing? Nothing at all?
No.
No?
No.
You're the then.
Okay. You went on this whole rant on your live stream saying that I said you were a bad person for defending yourself. No, I said the exact same thing to you that Rumor and Piranha said. All I ever said to you was stop putting yourself, inserting yourself into situations or creating situations for yourself that are toxic to your mental health.
Take your own advice. That's what I was pretty much trying to tell you.
I have taken my own advice.
No, you haven't. That's the problem. No, you actually haven't.
Okay, like I said, the difference between you and me is I don't create situations toxic to myself. If I'm in a stream and it becomes toxic to my mental health, I walk the fuck away. I don't sit there and yell at a bitch for 2 hours like you do.
You did, though, bitch. You did. That's what I was like. You keep contradicting yourself.
You tried me on the wrong fucking morning.
I tried you on the wrong fucking morning. Is that what happened? What would make that morning every other day that you'd be commenting any different?
When else have I...
You have been watching me for a whole... How long? How long did you say you have been following me?
I've been on the app a little over a year and a half.
Okay, no. I want to rebuttal to like when you said that you have been watching me since.
I've seen my first introduction to you was you sitting in Adam TV's box when Adam was still a thing on this app and still well liked. You would sit in his box and cry. Then you would go to Cubs and do the same thing. Then you would go to Rumor and do the same thing. And it was a repeated pattern over and over and over and over for months on end. When you found a new situation to insert yourself in, then you would insert yourself into that. And then also go crying that people were bullying you, but not say the whole thing. Again, you're going on TikTok trying to make all of us look bad when you're only giving them half of the story. Tell them to come to our lives and talk to us.
I let them see.
We can tell them the whole truth.
I told you I said I wanted a public viewpoint. That was it. I'm allowed for a public viewpoint.
Half the story.
Look at those girls in the comments too, like TPP and Gunner. They've even had an issue with you at one point. We've had an issue with you. Every single person's had an issue with you with something because you ended up going and messaging online and trying to start problems.
One person in my stream yesterday told me I was in the wrong. Not one single person.
Please fucking do it. Or did you already delete them? Because I wasn't coming at TBD. When I found out that him and Gunner were together, I actually congratulated them. The only thing I did was make a friendly gesture because my grandfather had fucking diabetes like TBD. And I fucking went and I offered him, I offered him to, when I was doing this, all I offered was to send him sugar-free ones. That was it. That was fucking it. So...
Well, I'm just saying, now that when I had seen you comment, I was like, oh my god. I was like, I remember Gunner saying that. Not Gummer. Gunner was...
I
you guys had a problem, too. So I was saying, as Scott was, to where I was like, wait, now that I'm thinking about it, there's like so many things to where it's like, this is obviously, you know what I mean? It's just going and going.
Big fucking whoop. Why can't I offer that? Like anybody who just wants to go to Disneyland, why couldn't I just offer that? Is that I didn't know that was a bad thing. I didn't know that was like, oh my god, you're trying to take my man and shit. I was just offering both of you to go on this trip with me because I thought it would be fun and because you were when I first met you were cool. And then all because I offered that is taking your man. It's this, that. It's what the fuck? I offered you both to come to Disneyland.
No,
listen, I don't mean to be.
Yeah. You had a problem with Gunner, and then instead of talking to Gunner, you went running to TPV
about it. The problem with Gunner was sitting there saying that I was trying to take his man type of shit, and I wanted to address you and ask you that.
All I'm gonna say is this, like, girl, you just... I'm gonna be honest. It feels like you just lie sometimes, and it's for, like, no reason. Like, you're saying you offered to take people to Disneyland, but yet you're posting GoFundMes. You offered to take 2 random strangers to Disneyland, but yet you're posting GoFundMes? Mama, Disneyland, that's like an expensive ass trip.
My life.
Your ceiling light is fucked up, but yet you're posting GoFundMes? And you're trying to take people to Disneyland? Like, let's be real.
That was before. Like, that was like that was, girl. You don't even know. The GoFundMe. Do you even know where that stemmed from? Do you know educated, or you just want to try to do a low blow without like getting an education?
No, I'm genuinely asking. Like, okay. You're saying you were offering to take people to Disneyland and all of this, but yet you're posting GoFundMes and you're two strangers, two absolute strangers you're offering to take to Disneyland. Like, you've known them your whole life, but yet you're posting GoFundMes.
Because TBD was a friend at one point. At one point he was. I didn't know.
You really don't know him. You never met him in person.
Having a good
you
time.
live on other sides of the country.
I didn't know that was the issue. I didn't know fucking asking a friend if their boyfriend and them want to go to Disneyland with you would cause a fucking mayhem.
No, I'm not saying that the mayhem. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying it feels like you lie about some things for no reason. You don't have to.
Tell you what the GoFundMe was or no?
Girl, I'm friends with lots of broke people. It's okay.
I did. I got behind on bills. I did. Because I went and forked over money to something that was not genuine.
And can I ask, if you don't mind sharing, what was that?
What was that? I don't want to
mind sharing
here right now.
What?
I healed every fucking goddamn competence with it.
He went on my business. But
no, it's your business. You're right.
That wasn't.
You're right. But once again, I'm just saying. I was just saying, girl, you lie about things and you don't have to. Like, this whole time, if God hadn't gotten that box, I would have never known you called me a whore. I would have never known you lisped a whore about me out of your mouth.
Somebody else out. I gave my hand and money to somebody else who didn't fucking deserve it. And then I, in the long run, paid the repercussions of karma and got behind on bills. And I paid the price for that. And you know what's even more funny? Is nobody GoFunded me either. Which is perfectly fine by me. I got myself out of there. I got myself out of that debt on my own, by myself, without any help.
Hey, Amir.
And that's good for you.
I'm sorry that some of us, we have a disability. You know, like, this is not no petty party either. We have certain things that prevent us from living a normal fucking life like everybody else. And
there's things I have to pay for too.
We have to reach out for that lending hand because we're stuck in a predicament that we can't get ourselves out of.
Girl, I'm not saying that, but I'm also not offering to take people to Disneyland, and I'm not offering to buy strangers pallets.
My lawsuit shit, and it wasn't even like that was going to be years like later, like kind of deal, and like that's coming in sometime this summer, hopefully, thank God, because I've been waiting fucking 10 years for nothing.
And that's how I took. I'm not even gonna lie. That's how I took it too. When you were offering doing the pallet shit, I'm like, I've seen you like say all this stuff and do stuff.
No, I actually did. I did that pallet, but I did cancel it. The only lie was the only lie I did.
You kept throwing that in my face. You were like, you know what? I actually didn't like you, so I sent back your pallet. Like as if I was gonna take it anyway.
I didn't want your address though, Rumor. I asked to meet in a public area specifically for that reason, because I don't want your fucking address. I don't. You knew I did
before, and that's why I just ignored it, because it was, well, how can I send you this pallet? And then when I didn't answer you, that's when you said the meeting thing, because you kind of caught on that I wasn't willing to drop my address. Especially for me, if you've watched and realized and seen what people have done to me that have had my address, that's why I don't give out my address. To me, the pallet is not worth the address, if that makes sense.
Ozzy said I used to be broke, and now I'm well off.
Girl, not right now.
Okay.
There you go. That's what I was saying. Like, my bills got me behind because I was helping somebody that really they didn't deserve it.
I mean, if that's true, I'm sorry that happened to you, but girl, all I'm saying is, there are some very, very obvious lies that I can pluck out of thin air.
Pretty fucking crazy.
Like catching fucking wind in a breeze. Like,
yeah,
mama.
And like all that. And like, I have issues, but the thing is, this truthfully is like, the people that want me to stay here are people that actually took the time and fucking day to actually engage get to know, and not engage through other people.
Well, girl, when you're constantly online calling me a whore and making up lies about me, I'm not going to want to be your friend. People aren't going to want to be your friend when you're online talking shit about them all the time.
Bronny, you act like I was talking shit about you all the time.
You just said multiple times, and I've only heard of one. So who else were you talking shit about me to? Because I don't even know bitches.
I've never been mentioned it in my previous lives. This recent one time that I got so fucking pissed off with him that I had no.
For people I'm friends with off the app. The fuck?
Are you let me own my shit, or are you just gonna keep over fucking talking to me, bitch?
Girl, don't call me a bitch. I didn't call you a bitch.
You have a problem doing that just as much as I do. Like, I'm trying to own my shit, and you're fucking still going.
I'm listening to you. Keep talking.
I didn't have a second mind, meaning I was already past the point of a second thought, and whatever came out of my mouth was not full truth.
Well, all I can say is I didn't have any issues with you until today. Well, I didn't have any issues with you until today. And have I been pissed off on this app multiple times? Yes, I have. But did I call you out of your name or lie about you any of those times? I did not. So pull yourself together, girl. Get a grip. Go be sad elsewhere. I ain't doing this shit with you, victim playing ass bitch. Now I call you a bitch. You want to try to say some shit and leave the box. The fuck is that? You're going to say some shit and I'm going to say this. You're not going to cut me off. I'm going to say this. And then you leave. Girl. You could at least let me rebuttal.
Fucking dead.
Oh, I thought it was the other one.
Cutting people off.
Back into work, but that's the entire point. Is she keeps letting herself get to these points where she supposedly doesn't have a second thought and gets so pissed off, but when she gets herself to that point and just starts running her mouth, that's what gets her in trouble, and she hasn't realized that yet.
Girl,
she doesn't realize if she's in that position, she needs to take herself out of that position, out of that scenario.
Or learn how to not to fucking lie. That's all I'm saying. It's because it all just comes back to lies.
Exactly,
like
and none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. All of us, every single person on this app, we have all said things we should not have. We've all done things we should not have. It's how we respond to things. It's how we deal with those things and move on. If a problem resurfaces, we bring it up in private. Or like we try to talk about it like rational adults, not running our mouths in other people's streams about things.
And if I said something about somebody in an absent thought and I know somebody saw it, you know what I'm going to, and I know that I said it on live and that somebody could see it, I'm going to go have a conversation with that person so that it's understood before it's brought up to them, before it's brought back to them. I'm going to have a conversation responsible before it turns into this. But no, she came in here and wanted to act a fucking fool. And when she looked like a fucking fool instead, she wanted to be the victim and cry on stream. Girl,
exactly.
You better go get some real peers next time.
And then she tries to blame me for bringing it up. But like, I brought it up just as a pattern of repeated behavior in the context of a larger conversation.
And I brought up the lying as a pattern of repeated behavior.
Correct. All right, I have to go back in.
You was gonna call my motherfucking friend Piranha a bitch and take off running?
My phone died. How the fuck you gonna do that? My phone died. No, after, like, anyway, so said and done it is, like, I did fuck up in Scott's live because I was pissed off. I didn't have my second thought with me. So I did not mean, and in no intention to actually be like that. Really, truthfully, I did not. As of today, I am leaving the app. Like, I wanted to, I said to, if you guys were, like I said, paid attention, in my lives, I said, if I have to leave this app, I am not going out without a fucking bang.
Well, you're not going to start your bang with me.
That sounds to me, because for me, like, if I'm going to leave the app,
that sounds like you just created that whole thing to make a scene.
I'm not going to sit there and constantly keep announcing it to people. You guys, I'm leaving. I'm leaving the app, everybody.
No,
give me more attention. Do you understand?
Why do you think I'm
and then you wanted to go out with a bang? Bitch, what? So you created all this for what? So you did this on purpose?
Created what? Girl, created what?
You just said you wanted to go out with a bang.
You're grooming yourself, drag queen. And you are.
See, now you're trying to act like you're something special.
I'm not, bitch.
This isn't an airport. You don't need to announce your departure.
Girl, I would just want to make it known. Like, I'm gonna be leaving. Like, it is happening. The multiple counts is because of the fact that, like, I don't want any more of those lurkers to keep track of me.
Good.
It's fucking annoying. It is fucking annoying. And you have to admit, it is. When people are sitting there...
I'm very happy for you. I'm very happy that you're making the decision as an adult.
Let me say this really quick. Since y'all don't think I have my mental health shit, I do. So here's the thing, is I have a therapist that I've been seeing for fucking almost, like, I don't know how long. My psychiatrist has me on mood stabilizers, has me on my fucking anti-anxieties, and has me on an antidepressant.
No, that's great. That's great. That means that just tells me that this isn't. That just tells me that this isn't a mental illness. This is just behavioral, and that's something you can change. So change it.
You want me to change it? You want someone to change something?
Attention seeking isn't something you can medicate.
Something's not working. It's not something like that. It's something that you are
Attention seeking isn't something you can medicate, girl. And I'm over it. Leave me alone.
I want to educate
30-year-old man.
I do want to educate everybody on me. Because you guys really don't know me. So I just want to make sure that you
educate me? What are you educating me on, bitch?
Everything that you think you know.
Would you like me to grab my mental health manual from my fucking social work classes, bitch?
Yeah, I do. Look up TBI, 2 frontal lobes. Please do.
It's like, one time it's this, one time it's this. Bipolar because it's mood swings, and bipolar isn't even mood swings. Girl.
You're making judgment off of everything you know about that person, okay? This is I have bipolar and I have a brain injury. Okay, I do. My 2 frontal lobes are damaged. 1 fully, 1 partial.
Well, then you know that's wrong with you, girl. And this is how you act when you get on the internet and stay off the internet.
A neurologist up here is a bitch to get into, especially with the insurance I'm on. It really is.
Well, when are you leaving the app? Because I think I'm gonna buy an ice cream cake. Because
you want to be a social worker and you're gonna say shit like that, girl? You could have your license.
I actually don't want to be a social worker.
Then why are you getting yourself educated like that if you don't give a fuck?
I already have the degree, sis. Why not? Stacking up a bachelor's degree.
Girl, you get yanked just like that. You know that, right?
Really long. I just want to say something, Drey. Drey, if you really have TBI frontal lobe issue,
I do,
and it's causing issues, you act this way on the app, then maybe you shouldn't be on this app.
It causes social issues. It causes issues with, and it has a.
If you can't handle the heat, you should stay out of it. You shouldn't use that as an excuse to act whatever way you
handle the heat, stay out of it. You tell that to the people, Ryan. You tell that to the people, Ryan, you work with too.
Everyone else around you has to walk on eggshells because of your issue?
Nobody said they had to walk on eggshells, bitch. What are you talking about? You were part of the lurking accomplices after me for like, I don't know how fucking long.
The reason I don't like you, and everyone knows it now, is the day.
Ryan, there's a reason I don't like you, bitch, and that's because you hang around the drama itself, girl. Shut up.
And say, hey, you're part of Growler, and I wasn't. Like, I don't do the editing or anything. And I've never gotten a call.
But no, I do have social like issues in a sense, or like handling like when there's too much going on, too much information. I end up freezing, or I end up just fucking pissed and outrated and just mad because I don't get it. And maybe if you thought, if people would actually think about that and actually like understood. In a sense, then they would. But here's the deal: is I'm on Growler, an app that had a fucking sponsorship for mental health awareness, and that they were supposed to da. Where is it? Truthfully, where is it? It's not there.
Where's what?
Girl.
So like,
I'm not having this conversation with you about your mental health. If your mental health isn't in check to the level it needs to be to have a normal conversation and not lie and talk shit about people. I'm not talking about your physical damage.
That she thought, can I explain myself quick? The only reason why I first ever started streaming, okay, was on Meet Me. My therapist offered it as a like way for me to to like help relate to others with similar issues or similar whatever. Now that I talk to her about what's going on now, she wants me to back away.
All right, so if you talk to your doctor, do you have proof of this? You have papers, right, from your doctors and stuff that you have this?
Ozzy could tell you I have it.
Hold on, I got really quick. I gotta Drey, why do I have an echo?
Rayan, I really don't want to hear it from you.
Okay. But you know what psych hospitals are, right? Where people that have mental issues live at, and those people have mental issues that live in society.
He's in here on 2 devices, so he's screen recording.
There's either 2 devices, or you got to turn your volume down.
Is it still echoing? It's still echoing. You know what? Let me see what my other.
Yep. See?
I'm gonna come in on my other phone. See if it's still echoing.
Ozzy knows me very well. Like I will say he actually took the time to learn me and how to.
You could.
You want to talk to me.
Yeah, but you literally just said something about it. He made a comment about the thing, and you literally just started coming for him.
I wasn't coming for him. I told him, I said, I ain't trying to attack him at all. That's why I said that right before I started speaking about it.
All I'm saying is you attack people, and then when people say something about it, or people call you out on your behavior, you always say it's because of mental illness, girl, and like that can't be your excuse. Like eventually, like you have to figure that out.
Let me tell you something. Get your head knocked off, right? Just like I did. And look at a paraplegic and ask him to fucking walk. That's what's like telling you.
Wait, then maybe you should be on the app. You got to tell the whole world.
No, it's true. A neurosurgeon even told me that. He said you will never, ever, ever be able to live a normality life anymore. He said you'll always have these issues, If people don't like it and they can't deal with it, then they just gotta go to separate ways.
But here's the thing, girl.
Because he told me it's like asking somebody that can't walk to walk.
But here's the thing, girl. No. Because here's the thing. That same person who uses a wheelchair gets drunk and accidentally wheels themselves down the stairs. Whose fault was it?
Well, honestly, that would have been their fault.
And who pushed you down the stairs this time? Yourself.
I never said I didn't. I'm literally just trying to.
Somebody said that their brother has TBI and works harder than anybody he knows, drives, has a family, has a baby, lives a normal life. So you're saying that something is impossible that is clearly not impossible. Do you know what I mean? That you use as an excuse or
it's not
clutch to act the way that you do.
But it's hard. Especially when you have a disorder that goes with a TBI and the social issues. I will not lie. The fact this happened, like I think it was back in 2015. I was 18 when it happened. All this new shit within recent years. When I was about 18 to about 20, I will say I noticed the changes. I forget shit more. That's one. I am all over the fucking place. They're doing their best to medicate me without having to give me a stimulant. You know what a stimulant is, right? Like Ritalin.
You know what a stimulant is.
Okay, so Ritalin would be one. Like that, they're really not trying to do that. Because a stimulant will put me practically fucking zombified. And I don't like it when my whole natural persona is gone. I don't like it. I don't. Nobody likes that. Being over-medicated like that, I hated that. I hate that because it makes me feel like I'm a fucking goddamn zombie. And that's true, I can't. I can't stand that feeling. It's fucking aggravating.
All I'm gonna say.
Some people are stronger TBD than others. That's what other people, like everybody has to understand, is that we are not all the same human beings. We are not all the same individuals. We all have different mind frames. They all cope differently. Like, so right? Your brother you could sit there and say one thing to your brother, right, and he'll be okay with it. And then look at me and then say the same thing you said to your brother, maybe thinking that I'm going to be okay with it, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Or you could do something different to somebody, or say something different to somebody else, or go through similar actions like that, and they will respond different than I did. You get what I mean? We're all different.
Right.
Like my advice when I was trying to tell Rumor, like
pull up and be like, well, this is why. This is blah 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 blah. Like,
I'm being honest though. Like this is both for truth, honesty right now. Like I'm being 100%. I have a hard time with social issues when things don't add up. Like, you know, with the Growler exposed, right? That whole situation, and like all these lurkers, and then like I say, telephone, and things aren't adding up to me, and I come pissed off to you guys because I'm hearing things that may sound so true, and then you guys
realize you have a mental issue and it might not be real. Do that. Do that effort instead of coming for the people that you come for.
That's what I'm saying. It's not me truly like wanting to come for them. It's called I'm looking for the answers that aren't adding up into the head that are causing me to psych the fuck up.
Well, buddy, you gotta change the way you're doing it then if you know it's an issue. That's what it is at the end of the day. But I'm having to do it.
Me and my therapist and my psychologist are working on everything with me. Like,
did you tell your therapist about streaming? What do they think about streaming? Ooh. Am I frozen or is the girl frozen? Just when I thought I could play music, Flounder wants to come back.
I'm dead. My phone died.
Well, so dead. Now all y'all's phones dying. The fuck?
Well, I've been listening to like fucking bullshit for what, a fucking hour and a half now? It's fucking stupid bullshit, bro. I'm fucking over it. It's just lies and nonsense and like just bullshit, bro. Like people are just pulling shit out of their ass and like they've lied so many times that you can't believe anything they say. Like it's just it's too much.